Podcast Amsterdam.
Every artist starts somewhere, sometimes in a bedroom studio, sometimes in the margins between cities or identities, and sometimes inside a space designed to help ideas grow wild. Welcome to the Treehouse Lounge, the show where we will journey into the creative worlds of resident artists shaping tomorrow's culture, who are each preparing for some electrifying events in the coming weeks. I'm Rachel, a journalist and Treehouse volunteer.
Hi, my name is Duijvis. I'm from Duijvis Media. I'm a multi-creative and a podcast producer. And today we welcome...
Hello, I'm Görkem Arikan. I'm a musician and sound artist who makes instruments and sound installations and some other works too. I also work in Muziekgebouw aan het IJ in Amsterdam. I'm the music technologist of the education department where we do music workshops mostly with children.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me and having me here.
I guess we should do a little introduction of what Treehouse is for listeners that maybe aren't familiar with the concept. Treehouse is an artist incubator platform. We're located at NDSM in Amsterdam. You might have seen us in the colorful shipping containers next to our neighbors at Plag. We house over 100 studios where artists of all disciplines are able to explore their craft in a communal setting. For the first iteration of the show, we also must extend our thanks to Bram Radio for hosting us. The station streams 24/7 online at broadcastamsterdam.nl. Catch-up episodes of all their shows, including this one, are available on demand via their website. Now,
Thank you, Bram.
so Görkem, you're here today because you have an event coming up on July 4th, the upcoming Live at Our Place concert.
Yes.
Just to kind of introduce you to our listeners, you use a lot of unconventional materials to build your instruments. I would love to know a little bit about what first drew you to the idea of building instruments rather than, simply playing them.
Well, like all the musicians, I first started making music with a guitar and piano. I took guitar lessons and piano lessons. But after some time, I was more interested in the interaction with sounds more than mastering a fixed instrument. Mm-hmm. I mean, traditional instruments are beautiful and deep, like also not only Western instruments, like all the other temperament systems in the world, all this diverse music in the world are beautiful. But with the technology in my childhood, I was more interested in the interaction with the sound. And also I like to get surprised by that interaction because in the electronic music performances, especially in the past, people mostly used computers and simple control interfaces for controlling electronic music. And when you press a button, you usually get the same sound every time. So I was more interested in creating a system that has a behavior and that has a personality maybe or some set of rules that kind of can become an improvisational body with you. So that's how I started playing with feedback systems, motors, found objects, conductive materials, circuits, hacking, those kind of stuff. It's also a kind of searching new sounds or new ways of interaction. So that's how my story built up after I started as a, let's say, proper musician.
Yeah.
But I'm saying proper because sometimes when people hear the noisy sounds you make or the weird, let's say, sounds you make, they often ask, is this music?
Yeah.
But I think whatever you put together in time as sound can be music.
Yeah, I do think, sometimes sounds can, of course, be unconventional to people. But I do think if it has some rhythm or some harmonic content, I think it should definitely be considered music.
Yeah, or textural.
Yeah, same. Later, you're going to show us, let us hear a trailer of what you're doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really curious about it because it sounds
Me too.
it sounds very interesting already. And as far as we know, we are totally in the blue of it.
Yeah. So, I'm very curious.
Yeah, me too.
Listeners too, of course.
Because I'm upgrading and updating my system for the Treehouse show. And
Nice.
since I became a resident here, I started working on new ways of expressing or making my current setup better. So I'm also curious how it's gonna be.
Nice. And in what way did Treehouse help you to do? Because that you started updating it when you came here, and how did it become new for you when you came here then?
Yeah,
What you added or
7 months
subtracted?
ago or 6
Yeah,
months
yeah.
ago, I was looking for a place. I was looking for a studio, and through a friend, I heard about Treehouse, and I came here and. I saw the atmosphere, like it's very diverse. There are musicians, artists, and it's really a nice place that you can find inspiration from all directions.
Yeah.
And so I applied to become one of the residents here. So here I can make noise, I can get inspiration and talk with other artists and join the events here. So I have finally, because I was always working in my home studio before, and it's always limited. So here I'm more free and I'm more in interaction with other people, and it lets me to create new stuff and make my compositions, prepare my performances.
Nice. Nice.
And, you know, for the wider Amsterdam art community as well, how has that kind of helped you evolve and hone your craft?
Actually, I came to the Netherlands to study in the Royal Conservatory of The Hague in 2017. There is a sonology masters in the Royal Conservatory of The Hague. And in sonology, there is the program called Instruments and Interfaces, which was in collaboration with Stime in Amsterdam. Stime was an electronic music studio, but since from 80s, 90s. But unfortunately, it's closed because of funding issues. So I was a student in the Royal Conservatory in The Hague. And then after I graduated, I started working in Muziekgebouw, but I was still commuting between The Hague and Amsterdam. So I'm not really very familiar with Amsterdam art scene. I started living here only like 1 year ago. And I don't know if I can answer that question because like I'm still exploring the art scene and artists of Amsterdam through Treehouse actually.
Yeah.
Well, nice. Yeah, well, it is, like you said earlier, a very diverse community, of course, here.
Yeah.
But Amsterdam in itself is very diverse.
Yeah.
But I hope you're pleasantly surprised by Amsterdam because, of course, Den Haag, you said, right, is also very diverse.
Yeah.
But I think, of course, it is a different city. And I hope you find what you're looking for.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice.
Can you paint a picture for our listeners of what it feels like to play with these instruments then, and how these gestures or how sound emerges from these gestures?
One of my recent instruments, Virwarp. The name Virwarp comes from Virwar in Dutch, and Virwar means like entanglement. And my instrument is also made of conductive rubber bands, put it in a mesh shape, woven like a mesh. So these sensors looks like strings. It resembles an acoustic instrument. And sometimes it sounds like an acoustic instrument too. Sometimes it's very noisy. Sometimes it's very chaotic. But the idea behind it, since these sensors are conductive, they touch each other in a woven shape, so they affect each other too. So when I make a gesture, I don't know how it's gonna, how the data exactly will be. So this creates an unpredictable input to the system, where I also use this unpredictable data and make something unpredictable in the musical output. So there is a composition of a certain behavior, not a certain behavior, like it has some certain directions it can go. But when I make a gesture, I don't know what the output will exactly will be. So this kind of pushes me more towards improvisation. Sometimes they are very chaotic, very textural sounds. Sometimes a very little gestures make a massive sonic explosion, or sometimes very dramatic gesture makes a very subtle difference in sound. So together with audience, I like to explore this and create a curiosity, and I like to be surprised while playing it. So I'm happy when this passes to the audience as well, and I think this makes listening more active. In electronic music performances, there is a lack of transparency usually, both from the audience perspective and also from the performer perspective.
And I want to ask you something. Because of course you told me you come from conventional instruments like piano, guitar. What was the trigger for you to find your sound in different instruments and then eventually creating your own? Like, what was the build up to that? What was the trigger for you? And how did you go about it?
I was preparing for my bachelor exams in Istanbul Big University. And that music department was the only department focused on new music, let's say, in the 20th century. And at that time, microcontrollers were available. And I made my first noise device with an Arduino and some sensors and
nice.
coding, and used that device for the entrance exams to the school. That was my first time using technology for making sounds. I have to say feedback was really very important in my musical journey, because feedback is something you would like to control in some cases, but if you decide not to control it and start shaping it, it always surprises you. I think this is also something related to human. We usually try to dominate electronic systems or sometimes conversations, but giving them space and giving people to space, or sometimes giving machines the space, providing the environment and systems for them to, not only for human, also for machines to create their own output, then there is a dialogue starts, and then the dialogue is possible. Between also the humans and also the machines, and I think I hold on this idea to explore new sounds with this idea.
Nice. Yeah. I have to say, all these answers and everything is even making me more curious for your performance.
Thank you.
It's really
I'm also very curious because your work extends into the foundation that you've set up. Can you talk me a little bit through about what you do there and how that kind of operates?
I'm using these conductive rubber sensors.
Yeah.
They kind of gives the data of the resistance of the rope. The rope looks plastic, but actually it conducts electricity. So when you touch it, your hand also becomes a part of the circuit. So, and that data are mapped to parameters of sound, but one string is mapped to 60 different parameters, and each string are mapped to many parameters. So at the end, and these are also creating some random signals as well, but it's a controlled randomness, and each parameter has a controlled range of randomness. So that shapes the sound at the end. In that sense, I don't see a very distinct difference between composition and improvisation, because every composition starts with an improvisation. And every improvisation is a fast composition. I'm using synthesizers and make some SP for creating all my control, shaping my control messages. And then those control messages controls synthesizers, some loopers. That's how the sound is produced.
Yeah. For those planning to attend the performance in July, what can they expect from the live experience, and what are you hoping they take away from it?
They can expect some kind of surprise.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to keep it a little bit mysterious, more like an experience that they want to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned as well that the audience are almost brought into the performance with you. How do you kind of set up that connection and relationship with the audience?
I think the audience can expect some transparency in a live electronics performance. This is one of the hardest questions.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine.
Because I also designed the performance to surprise myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there is an act, me improvising with the system. And sometimes I'm suffering because I also don't know what the output will be. I think this battle or dialogue is something interesting for me. And I expect also the audience to witness that and live it together with me. I think when we define sound, what is musical, what is noise, what is sad, what is happy, I also like to play with these definitions. And maybe they can expect to question these definitions together with me.
Nice. Well, that's very descriptive already.
Yeah.
I know you said it was a hard question to answer, but I think you did a wonderful job doing it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Especially keeping it still, a little bit as a surprise, of course. But it was very descriptive, and I hope the people. Because when was it again? It was
On the 4th of July.
4th of July at Treehouse, the pavilion.
Yeah.
And what time does it start?
The doors open at 8.
Okay, and do people need to register up front, or they can buy tickets here, or is it free? I don't know how it.
Yeah, I think they can buy tickets now. It's the early
Yeah.
bird.
Oh, nice.
Tickets are available via Treehouse's website.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Nice.
Görkem will now perform a sneak peek of what to expect from his upcoming performance. Do you have a name for the piece that you'll be performing? Or
The name of the piece is the name of the instrument,
Okay.
Weerwarp. Or Weerwarp.
Nice.
nice. Can I ask what inspired the name, actually?
Yeah, I told about it a bit because
Yeah.
Wirwar is a Dutch word, means entanglement. Since this instrument is made of ropes and you need to tangle the ropes to play it. So that's and also the woven shape of the ropes creates a 3D surface, a dimension, and you kind of warp that that surface on the instrument.
Yeah.
So Weerwarp, or Weerwarp, however you like to pronounce.
Nice.
That's where the name of the instrument comes from.
Okay.
Nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
you
too.
so much.
So today we're gonna welcome Görkem. He's gonna show us a sneak peek of his show that's coming up, and we're really excited. I'm really curious. We heard a small preview, and I hope it's gonna be as mind-boggling to you all as it is to us. It's really amazing.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Amazing. Beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, beautiful. It's like you're like you're traversing through universes.
Yeah.
It's
Like extraterrestrial lands.
Quite surprising also while playing.
Yeah.
So it can be quite surprising while playing it, and I constantly chase like what's going on, like where should I go, and of course there is a certain kind of control in it.
Yeah.
But it's all about its own behavior that I can have a dialogue with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if you like, you can also play with it, because you know it's always different when someone else plays the instrument you make.
Yeah.
You always see something different, and I think that's the one of the nice parts about it.
Yeah.
Because all this interaction is based on some certain algorithms and conditional things, and which is designed for my needs. But when someone else is interacting with your system, you always learn from them.
I'm just trying to fathom even how it works, and the balance between intentional and improvisation is so interesting, and watching you kind of make those decisions in the moment is so fascinating. How does your mind work as you're going? How do you, because you say you're surprised a lot, but I'm so curious to get into your mind. And
Well, I just listen to, and if there is a nice moment, a moment that I find nice, okay, this moment is nice, let's go on this for a bit, and or let's alter this moment using other sensors, and then, or if I don't like that moment, okay, like let's change it. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. It's like a living system or an organism that acts on its own, but you can also interact with it, have a dialogue with it. So that's the idea behind it.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So next up, we have Gabriele Bonomi, an Italian artist who is currently curating the upcoming exhibition and workshop program Queertropolis, which will take place at Treehouse during Pride Month. Thank you so much for joining us today, Gabriele.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
You're an artist who prioritizes the use of sustainable and reused materials from your studio, the Vegan Bear Lab. And in July, you'll return to the role of curator, because you've curated exhibitions in the past as well, for Queertropolis, which is taking place July 24th to August 9th. The concept of the exhibition and the program is absolutely fascinating to me. Rather than a traditional exhibition, you've described it as a queer urban utopia, where visitors are more than just viewers, they're also citizens of this world. Can you talk me through the process of establishing this concept? Where did the inspiration come from?
You need to know that I'm a kind of free and crazy guy. In a previous life, I was an accountant, then I started working with food. And since a couple of years, I just decided to reuse the scrap from the kitchen to create something artistic. And also because I feel more like a storyteller than a regular artist, in the way that even during the dinner, I always try to tell a story or to get a story from the audience. So even with my artistic view was try to combine all the elements in this case in an exposition. And Queertropolis came from, the title was kind of natural to me to have it. I mean, queer is self-explaining. Polis is the Latin name for city. So the idea to have a full cities that is allowing everybody to be themselves is the best things. I'm coming from a little town in the north of Italy. I feel that Amsterdam is the right place for me to try to have everybody involved, because the freedom here, it's amazing, and everyone is supporting the queer community. So I say, why we need to do something that is putting labels everywhere? So just let go wild and embrace that everybody can join an exposition, but also all the artist workshops and activities. So Queertropolis, it's a kind of dream for me, but also for all the other artists from Treehouse that are participating. And we have also a lot of external artists that they are supporting the program. So it's a good start. So and, I'm very curious to see the final results too.
Yes, I'm curious too. You as well. I've seen you, of course, in the kitchen here. But what kind of art do you create from the scraps? As you said, you make stuff earlier. What do you create?
I started using, for example, the boxes, the carton boxes from the ingredients to creating my own paper, for example, with the onion skin as fiber. So I have this kind of glitter sparkling paper
wow.
that then I'm using for to paint on top or to create a postcard or other installation, and then using the coffee from the cafeteria to make a kind of clay to create jewelry or a little pot or anything
Nice.
that is creative and possible to make. And now I'm basically try to tell a story through an artistic piece, just not buying expensive or material, but just using what is creating a connection to me and to the audience.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm using everything it's available or I found in the trash.
So you're not only good for the community, but also good for the environment.
And probably, also, but it's also the best way to me to express myself.
Yeah,
Because if I have to buy something, I'm always like, don't feel a connection.
Yeah.
If it's something that is natural growing or just in a corner, say, you can become something that is representing me.
Yeah.
Nice.
And of course, next to being an artist, you're also the on-site chef at Treehouse as well. I'm
Yes.
personally a big fan of your soups.
Thank you.
You're well immersed in the community here. How has this space, and maybe even NDSM as a whole, aided you in developing your craft and your own community as well?
I was living in NDSM and I was looking for a place to develop some vegan cheese idea that I had. So I came to Treehouse and I spoke with Adrian and Camille, asking for a studio, even if it was not an artistic practice, but anyway, it was something creative. So, and then they asked me, are you willing to try to make the lunch for this community? It was absolutely yes. So I left the other job and I started working here in Treehouse. And since 2 years, I started also to do I had my studio. Now I'm doing also my artistic practice and still working with food, teaching how to make the vegan cheese. That was an idea and now it's something. And I'm the lucky one here because I have the opportunity to know everybody. So I have my studio in the musician side. So if I'm going just outside, I have the possibility to meet all the musicians that are here sometimes in the evening and I'm making the lunch. So I'm not meeting them during the day, but during the evening. And the visual artists are here in the daytime. So I'm in the cantina and I'm chatting with everyone.
Yeah.
So I know everybody and I'm feeling totally part of this community. And I think NDSM is the perfect spot to be because it's already creative. You can breathe the art scene here. And Treehouse is just like, spectacular.
Nice. So you're really an integral part of the Treehouse community.
Yeah.
Of course, with the food and everything. It's nice to hear.
And it was a dream and now it's a reality.
Nice.
Also on the cooperation with visual artists and musician and all the arts are here. So also during the year when I'm doing other events, it's also always a combination with or music and food or food and arts. So it's amazing. I can be creative in this way.
And of course, Amsterdam is currently preparing to welcome people for World Pride 2026. And this exhibition will even be an official stop on the Amsterdam Pride art route. What do you think a project like Queertropolis brings or can offer at this particular moment, both to queer communities, but also to the wider public?
Last year, we met probably 1.5 months before the Pride, the organizer from the Pride route.
Yeah.
We were able in such a short time to build anyway an exposition and some activities. So this year was like, we need to go bigger. That's the perfect occasion. And the last year experience was giving to me, to the organizer, and also to the community of Treehouse, really the feelings that we were a unique spot. Also in the full program of the Pride route. I saw a lot of location. I had the possibility to visit a lot of artists and their artwork. And Treehouse is totally free So it's really a combination of all the kind of arts. So painting, sculpture. They're speaking of their story, but also the ally in Treehouse are willing to participate to our exposition. That is something unique. So the full community is celebrating with the artwork here. And it's different because, I mean, Treehouse is already a different location. So it's not a museum, it's not an art gallery. And all the time, I have the opportunity to see also external people coming here for any kind of events. They're really embracing the freedom of Treehouse. And they're always leaving with a huge smile and happy to have discovered this place. So also in the exposition and for all the program, I think everybody can really find a connection with us, with the artists, but also with the celebration of the Pride. That it's the most important things, especially now that we know that in other part of the world they're still struggling a lot. Here we have the possibility to say we are here and we are doing our best.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
I like that.
I just wanted to add, we are in a Treehouse pavilion, but they're setting up for a festival outside.
Yes.
So if people hear some construction or the beeping from the trucks, it's because we're right in that sentence. But it's really nice, everything you've said so far. I really, because I've seen you, of course, in the kitchen once or twice. I'm not a resident here for so long, but I didn't know everything you was doing. It's really amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And Queertropolis is particularly interesting because it's so much about participation. I mean, you have citizens can take part in a living map. They can take part in governance. They can elect a mayor. Can you talk me a little bit through about these interactive qualities, why they were so important for you?
Yes, I think when people are coming in Treehouse, they are embracing the artistic scene and the freedom, as I told you before. So let them participating and leave their marks here. It's important for them, but it's also important for us because we did other event when we are asking to the audience if they are willing to just put a mark on a panel or leave 2 words or choose a color and fill in a spot. And they were always like super happy and super proud and say the feeling is that they are not just like visitors, but they are part of the community and the events themselves. So thinking about that and the fact that we want to have an artistic exposition that it's I'm still trying to figure it out because we closed the open call yesterday. So I just saw all the amazing artwork that they applied. So I now start to, when I see the space, okay, then gonna be the city there and blah, blah, blah. So I want the people that are coming and they're experiencing the city, but also be part. So the idea was the funny thing of having the queer ID card of Queertropolis to be the citizen. So they can just like put their name, the pronouns, and the queer superpower that they have. And I'm sure that also regular visitor can find queer sparkle in their soul to fill in the ID card. And then we want every day at the specific time, just pick up one of the ID card and that person will be the mayor of Queertropolis for 24 hours. It's just like a symbolic things, but I think it's a funny thing to do. And the same with the map. The idea is that we're going to have a map where people can co-participate or decorating or coloring the maps or choosing a collage or word that they want to put in the map to make a full artwork and a city. And it's important for us, but it's also important, I think, for all the organization in Nord especially, because also the AVK is participating, supporting Queertropolis. On their feedback, they really appreciate the idea of having this kind of co-participation with people that are living in NDSM and they're coming in NDSM for the exposition.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
Yeah, amazing.
Nice.
I'm very curious about this queer superpower. What would your queer superpower be?
Oh, I still have to decide.
You still have to
Yes.
decide. I'm also going to have to think about it as well.
Yeah.
And of course, you've got the workshops, you've got performances, talks, community gatherings. As an artist, how do you approach the curation process? How does your background as an artist kind of influenced the way that you curate exhibitions?
Is different from I would say from a regular art exposition. Because in this case, from the first moment, I have the full support from all the community. So when we decide, okay, let's see if we are able to make something for the Pride, we just like from one day to another one set a meeting in the cantina, and there was a lot of people coming, say, okay, we can do this one, that one, blah blah. We can try to make a full program, and then was like, yeah, to me, just like, okay, let's go. I mean, why not? And then they were so supportive with the idea. So now we have basically for the 2 weeks kind of everyday activities. They're going from creating zine, queer patches, dry guy makeup, cocktail workshop.
Nice. I'll attend that one.
Blackout poetry dinner, panel discussion from. There was a time before that is a collective created by men as well that they are joining the exposition, and they have the. Topic of sexual violence at home. So they have also this side that is not very easy to be open, especially for the queer community.
Yeah.
So we are glad that they asked to be part of the exposition, and they're gonna have their panel discussion about this topic. Then we're gonna have neurodivergency, polystory talks. So there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. And they're
very diverse.
That's why I think queer community, but everybody can find something that they really would love to do.
Yeah.
And everything is going to be super affordable and for sure super fun. I know the people from Treehouse, and they're always just...
Do you need like tickets to come, or can you just come up, or you buy tickets at the door? Is it free entrance? How does it work?
Every single workshop has a different price. Some are going to be free, others on donation. And for the one that needs extra materials, there's going to be a ticket. All the information are going to be on the Treehouse newsletter, the next one.
Oh, perfect.
And I'm working now on creating a page on the website with a recap with all the information so everyone can be updated time by time.
Perfect. We'll keep it in check.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I think we could also talk a little bit about, if you would like to talk about it, some of the artists that will be presenting here. Could you share a little bit? I know maybe you want to keep some mystery around it, but could you share some idea as to what they will be showing?
Yes. Yesterday, after the lunch, I went home and I was checking the application. It's the tough part of being a curator, because I can't say no to anybody because they're just so beautiful. Yeah. So even the external that made a proposal for the exposition are so full of meanings, and they're describing a different side of the queer community that is kind of impossible. So I really have to calculate every single centimeters to put all the artwork that we have. But something for sure. There's gonna be paintings about being ally, so supporting of the community, the queer community. Something that are going very deep into the trans community. So they are explaining a lot about the feelings and the changes, the transformation. We are gonna have something very provocative, of course. I love it. Some artwork are very, I would say, full of the personal experience. So I don't want to say too much. That's why.
Of course, no, you keep some mystery around it.
Yeah. Yes. I'm definitely curious. So.
Oh, perfect. So there's gonna be also some installation. One is very provocative. Also, I'm waiting for the artwork from the Men as Well collective.
Yeah.
We reserve for them some space, and we have also one or two artists from the Atelier Brut, that is a collective from AMSA, and they participated also last year. So this year again they want to be part of Queertropolis.
Nice.
And normally they have a super colorful experience that fits perfectly the queer vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know yet if I will do an artwork or everything will be just like my crazy vision.
Yeah.
Is that something you're already working on, maybe? Some artwork that you're currently in the process of?
Not really. I had probably too much idea. So now I just need to fit everything.
Yeah.
But for sure it's going to be something very inspiring, crazy and deep. Because I was also emotional yesterday evening when I was reading all the stories. And
Oh,
stuff.
that's
of
usually a good
course.
sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
So if we are wrapping things up, for anyone thinking of visiting this summer, why shouldn't they miss Queertropolis? Why should they be here?
It's gonna be a full joyful events. So all the Treehouse team very supportive also in saying, okay, this time we are not just hosting an exposition. So we are waiting to welcome all the visitors from outside and share with them the stories and make them part of Queertropolis with the ID and let them play with the map. So it's we are all like, you just need to come here and then we know what to do.
Nice.
And for sure it's going to be an experience for all of us.
Thank you so much, Gabrielle.
Thank
Thank
you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
As we mentioned, Queertropolis will be held between July 24th and August 9th at Treehouse's Pavilion. Further details, as you mentioned, will be on the website at a later date and will also be shared via social media in the coming weeks.
I just forgot one thing.
Yes, go for
Because
it.
the program and the project was getting bigger. From the 1st of July until the 9th of August, on the display outside the Treehouse, so the one that is facing the parking, there's going to be a digital exposition.
Okay.
That was a news that was not in the program until the last moment. So we did this open call and basically on the social, and I'm receiving a lot of applications from all over the world.
Wow.
We have people from Canada, Georgia, United States, Brazil, Ukraine, India. So it's gonna be photos of artworks, but also video installation, all in the display. So
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm looking
Amazing.
forward to
thank
that.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, details, but not really details.
Oh, it's okay. It's good. It's good to know. If people are curious, they can also come and see that.
Yes, and it's gonna be 24 hours for the full month. So yeah,
Perfect.
even if you're just like walking when Treehouse is not open, you have something to see.
Or you come by from a night partying and you're there. And
Yes.
like, hey, I see something moving.
Exactly.
Let's have a
Yeah.
look. Nice.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you again.
I maybe to add on just at another time, because you also host other events as well. Just to be sure, do you have anything coming up that you would like to mention as well, or?
I mean, this is the main one. I kind of stopped. I got last Sunday the last event.
Yeah.
And now
okay.
I'm waiting for the prize because it's already a lot. So I just need to.
I understand. I just thought I would ask just in case you wanted to.
No, actually, it's funny because I was speaking with Camille. There's a couple of events. I'm coming at the end of August, and she was like, "And your holiday?" I was like, "I will figure it out something in the between."
Fair enough.
Probably from September on. As usual.
You'll need a break after this one, I think.
Yeah.
Just
Yes, I
to
mean,
rest.
that was my goal.
Yes.
Then I can go.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
for me, I'm really excited about it. I'm curious about it. It sounds really amazing. All the things, the inclusivity as well, all the different projects. So can't wait.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of things that I didn't say, but also for the opening and the night at our place that is part of the program.
Yeah.
It's not just like a regular DJ electronic night,
Yeah.
but there's gonna be a drag show from people from Germany. And performance from two artists of Treehouse, a musician, and then before the tattoos, they're gonna make flash queer tattoos in the first part of the night. So just
Lots going on.
Checking the newsletter is the only way to
Yeah.
know everything.
Yeah. Nice.
My little agenda is already full. For the Pride, it's just like all full of stuff to remember. So
You're going to have a busy month then.
Yeah.
Good luck for it, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I will survive.
Yeah, I believe in you. And of course, these are not the only events taking place at Treehouse. We have a jam-packed schedule of workshops, markets, exhibitions, and more in the following months, particularly with Pride Month underway. As Gabrielle said, on July 31st, our Club Night series continues with Night at Our Place, the Pride Edition, which is organized this time by Rave Radar. July 25th, Babette, Treehouse resident, designer, and founder of House of Trout, will also be hosting a Pride edition of Goblin Market, where you can shop zines, jewelry, fashion, art, prints, and so much more. Additional information on all of our events can be found either via our Instagram page or on our website, treehousendsm.com. For now, that wraps up the first edition of the Treehouse Lounge. Thank you both so much for joining us and giving a peek into your worlds. And we hope to see you at the respective events. One last thank you to
For all
Bram
the listeners as
Radio.
well. We hope for you all to come as well.
Yeah. And one last thank you to Bram Radio, the 24/7 online streaming station. A catch-up of this episode will be available on demand via their platform. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.